Controversial take, though. I think his game is very average. I think he's just a he's a shot maker. This is what basketball is. He's a shot maker, and he can fly. And he's the best two-way player in the game.
I almost just said something to you, Fonz.
It's very average, bro. There's no okay.
You really almost just took me there, bro.
Like,
On camera.
Okay, hold on. Okay, when I think of handle, when I think of ball handle, I think of AI.
Ant-Man is top 5 in the league handle ball right now.
Well, that's not what I'm saying.
He's a top 5 ball handler in the NBA right now.
I don't disagree.
Every aspect of basketball, Ant-Man is top 5.
I don't disagree. But
every aspect. That nigga's a top 5 athlete. He's a top 5 ball handler. He's a top 5 shooter. He's a top 5 shot creator, shot maker, tough shot taker, clutch gene. Ant-Man, Josh Smith would attest to this, bro. I just got off the phone with Smooth, bro. I told Smooth, Ant-Man is 23 years old. 22 years old. If he plays like he's playing right now until he's 30, he'll be the greatest basketball player in the history of basketball.
I don't disagree with none of what you're saying.
How the fuck you say he's average?
What I said was he's got an average-looking game.
Nothing's average.
His moves do not scream, okay.
Greatest ever.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, my God.
When they compare him.
First move I watched him make in high school was 15 years old. I'm like, oh, my God, who is this kid?
Of course, because he looks better than the rest. Basketball in this day and age, skill-wise, is less.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, JQ, sports PR manager and personality.
And it's your boy Spoon, man, high school basketball coach, sports junkie, just really trying to make it make sense.
And you are now tuned in to another hot episode of the
Counted Me Out
podcast.
Counted Me Out podcast.
We have some unfamiliar faces joining us today. In front of the camera, right? Because usually they're behind the camera doing behind the scenes. But y'all, buckle y'all seatbelts because it's about to get crazy, especially with these two right here. Okay?
Yeah, because I ain't got no unfamiliar face.
Oh, Lord, here you go.
I'm out here.
Did you hear what he said?
I ain't
got all these chains around my neck for no reason.
I personally don't think you need all of them on all at one time. One is good enough.
Well, let me introduce myself, right? Because when they start talking about how many chains I shouldn't be wearing.
Pop it.
It is me. I am him is what I like to call me.
Yeah, for sure.
Darrell Peterson, a.k.a. Mr. Fonzie, Mr. FFTV himself. And beside me, somebody special near dear to the heart.
Meg is so nervous right now. I don't think y'all understand how nervous Meg is to be on this side of the camera. My fault. Go ahead, Fonz.
Well, you know, the behind the scenes doesn't run well without this person right here next to me, right? She was introduced to me by JQ, right? Because she was interning for JQ, and she did such a phenomenal job that she made it to the broadcast. And now we must hear from her herself.
Okay. Introduce yourself, please, young lady.
Well, hello. My name is Megan. I am, the videographer, photographer, for behind the scenes for Counted Me Out podcast. Also, I am the CEO and founder of 285 Productions.
Okay. I love that CEO founder. I love that.
Go, Meg.
That's dope, man. That's
Look,
dope.
what y'all got going on? What y'all been up to? It's been a while since we've been together.
Well, you know.
Hey,
we've been missing Spoon.
Meg, don't start that Shy Guy routine because you on this side of the camera, gang. Like, I need you to engage the people, engage our interactors so that they interact with us.
I got you.
Okay, appreciate it. What you was about to say, Fonz?
You know, we really been missing you, Spoon.
Okay.
The public has been talking.
Okay.
You know, we monitor this social media stuff real strong. Shout out to the Counting Me Out podcast going viral 3 to 4 times.
Yeah, we didn't have some viral moments.
Yeah, we have.
We had
right.
viral moments.
Doing over 500,000 streams on YouTube.
That's fire.
On YouTube? That's the world, Craig.
Have a ticket, fire.
It's the world. And in less than 6 months, we monetizable, right? Because we're about to cross that threshold, which we have been talking about in this group chat.
You feel me?
Spoon's been talking about that. So we've been, it's been a lot been going on since we haven't been shooting.
You know, it's like from the early episodes, bro, like our message has been the same. Like it's a constant message in that we put out quality content. So Like the best part about dealing with authentic people, you have authentic conversations and authentic interactions. So you get people want to see that. They want to listen to and tune into authenticity.
That's a fact. So alongside of that, right, I want to ask you two a question. Okay. Because y'all been asking all the questions. Y'all had the fire questions. Let me put some fire questions on to y'all.
Okay.
Make yours simple, please.
Well, I'm going to make it actually real simple.
Type
right.
Pull your phone out, right? Get the scrolling down on your phone.
Which episode has been the most realist for y'all too? And when I say real, I mean where it was impactful for y'all, where you left, got somewhere else, and then somebody was like, man, I watched that episode.
Okay. So I gotta be honest with y'all, gang. I was out in public. I can't remember where I was. It might have been at my partner wedding reception. And somebody came up to me and was like, bro, like that last podcast episode, like, really hit home for me. And I was like, bro, which one was it? He was like, Josh Powell episode. Like, I really felt a lot of the stuff that he was saying because I kind of go through the same type of stuff. And I'm like, well, that's why we do it. So that, their message gets out. But a lot of times it's a lot of people that's going through the same exact thing. Thanks. And you won't even know until the message gets relayed. So shout out JP, man, 21 Reasons for coming through dropping dimes for sure.
That's hard.
It's a lot of people that was tuned into that episode.
Yeah, that's I got to agree with you, Spoon. I feel like the Josh Powell episode, I enjoyed all of the episodes, but I felt like the Josh Powell episode, I know you guys didn't catch it on camera, but I shed a tear or two during that episode because some of the things that he was harping on as far as being there for people at the same time you're still failing them, because you can't be you can't be giving everyone attention all at the same time. And I felt like his conversations were authentic, and it also helped because that was my first time meeting him in person. So before we started shooting, he got here maybe about 15-20 minutes early, and we were just chopping it up, and that just gave me the sense of this is going to be a dope ass episode. Like, he's coming from a genuine space, and not saying that all the other guests didn't, but I'm really big on vibrations and genuine energy, and I felt like that episode he brought it.
Oh, you be around the crib burning sage with the sage sticks.
I know I don't do that. It's just
the stick with on the bowl.
That's crazy because I used to
hitting the gong at the house, checking the feng shui.
See, I haven't gotten into that. So
you burn incense. Sage. I got your sage.
You burn incense.
But
that's the same thing.
It is. Oh damn! I didn't know that.
Yeah, sage is just a smell of flower.
That explains why I sleep so good at night when I burn the incense.
What's your favorite smell?
Of the incense? Sex on the beach.
The funny thing about this is the crazy thing about the smells of
no
that,
hesitation.
None. You knew that one. I didn't even know they came in flavors. Yes. I just thought they all. You feel me?
This the crazy thing about that though. The crazy thing about the smells are they just be naming them.
Come on, bro.
Like, it don't
what
really.
What do Sex on the Beach smell like?
Right.
That don't smell like a. That don't sound like a smell I want to. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, you got to go there.
I'm just saying.
It's not.
I mean, want my house smelling like Sex on the Beach.
It smells good to me.
That would okay. I mean, normally you would think when you think of the beach, you think of what? Fish,
water, salt water.
Okay, so now y'all saying it's a problem that I like the Sex on the Beach.
Nah, it's not.
That's what y'all alluding to. He just said, I don't know if I want my house smelling like Sex on the Beach.
What we're alluding
Did I do all that?
What they're alluding to is that the smells are just made up names.
For sure.
Okay.
So it's like, at least normally you get perfumes, you get like flowers, because that's where you normally get. Oh, you hear my chains rattling? Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Don't do it like that.
You normally get the flowers that is named after lavender.
2 chains.
Right? No, we got 3.
3 chains.
Yeah. FFTV, New Money Productions. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure
don't let that go over y'all.
We always putting on for the home team.
I ain't burning no incense. I don't like the way they smell. Immediately my mind goes to one place. We don't got to talk about it. But when you burn incense, that's where I go to when I smell incense burning.
I get that.
I think I'm more into like the smell before it's burnt.
just without
setting. Yeah, because once it's
without
burnt,
setting
like,
the
it's
incense
just
on
like,
fire. You just like having the incense around.
But what?
No, that was good.
Okay.
No, because that's absolutely true.
Facts.
That's why we buy it though, because it smells good before we burn it. Then we burn it, and it's like
you ain't.
Yeah.
And she just hit me with something.
That's why you buy candles. But.
Well, I like candles, but I feel like the incense, it's like a immediate, instant smell.
Oh, for sure.
Y'all have
I'm
another
burn some
question
candles
for
for sure. I'm gonna
go. Question?
I got.
We have the interview right here.
I got plenty of questions. I got plenty of
FTV.
questions, right? Especially because as college athletes, right? Who was one of your favorite college athletes to interview, or not college athletes? Let's go athletes in general, because some of the people you interviewed, like Guy, started in high school, but now he's playing.
Yes,
he's at Mississippi State.
Facts.
I think he's still there, right?
Facts.
So we could say athletes in general. I want to know, and then Meg, I want you to chime in on this one because Meg's been at every single episode.
Been around.
Day one.
Well, you know, for me, I don't even really feel like I have a favorite athlete in general. I do feel like I tend to get better reactions from the older guests that we have. Not saying that the younger guests don't give me good answers, but you know, when we question them, they just kind of haven't been through a lot of the real situations that some of these other guys have.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that if we're going back episodes, Jakai's episode was really good too.
Jakai was really good.
Coming from a high school athlete, guy who was hurt, who, you feel me? Like, it was his story was fire. And then, you know, we broke it down with the give us a gym for the people. And then he went to, you know, we got to do. And I'm like, oh, okay. That was literally our first viral moment, because again, he gave us an authentic like response. That wasn't
and we started you started that very episode. Hey, y'all clip that. That was when that started.
Because I already knew what was gonna happen. Like, for me, like, you just get like, I don't want to say vibrations because I feel like that's just, you know, but I'm gonna say I'm a vibe guy. So like, I see what I already know what I'm gonna get out of people upon first interaction. Like, so when we have our first back and forth conversation, I already know what the interview is gonna be like because of how we talk off camera. Now, our conversation with Jakai off camera was, I'm thinking like, well, how old is this little nigga? Like, how old is this kid, bro? Like, why is he so like mature sounding at this stage? Because I go back to when I was 17, 18, 19, and I was terrible in front of the camera because I didn't want to, I gave you short answers. I was trying to get out of, you know, the interview, but you know, the like I said, the longer you're in front of that camera, the longer you feel me? You get more comfortable being on this side of the camera. So, you know, the interview process kind of changes the more you get interviewed. So, but Jakai's episode was fire.
Yeah, I would say all three of them: Guy, Jakai, and Peyton.
No. You can't do that. I need one.
You gotta pick one, bro.
I need one.
You gotta pick one.
I'm gonna say Peyton.
Okay.
Because he was our very first guest, and you know, when I reach out to kids, they're looking at all number of things, right? So he could have easily said, no, I don't want to do the podcast. You know, he actually, you know, talked to his coach, and the coach called me and asked me what type of questions we're going to be asking him. And he believed in the brand. Like, you have a lot of these young kids that only want to be featured on platforms that have been popping already.
For sure.
So just the fact that he gave us that yes to be on our show, I would say that would probably been my favorite.
Shout out Big Peyton, man, because Peyton just did his thing at OTE too.
He sure did.
Yep.
Just did.
He went
thing,
viral
man.
a couple
Shout
of times after
for sure.
the episode.
Hey, look though, because that block he did when he threw the ball to Buddy out of bounds. I ain't never seen that. I've been playing basketball 30 years, bro. I ain't never seen that, bro. That was fire for sure.
Okay, Meg.
You said just college athletes or
Athletes.
Period.
the best one? Like, I'm gonna have to go with Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I knew you was gonna go girl. Mm-hmm. I knew she was gonna go girl.
I mean, she did retire.
Oh,
yeah.
Announced her
retirement.
retirement.
That was fire.
But it wasn't
going
even
back
just
though,
about retiring.
Going back though. Now
Okay.
what viral moment was that? 2, 3? Tip coming on here retiring was fire.
Yeah, that was.
That was a moment.
Yeah.
That was like, I ain't gonna lie. that might have been one of the times I was like, after the show, you know, me and JQ be after the show, I be telling her all the time, like, bro, this shit is gonna pop. It's gonna pop. After that, I was like, nah, bro, like we really got a shot.
Yeah.
Like this is we really gonna do our thing.
Yeah.
Tip's episode was definitely fun.
But hold on, she said that's not even the reason why though.
Yeah, it's not. But Tiffany was like one of my favorite players. So, yeah, I don't watch the WNBA like that. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, she was one of my favorite ones.
Which
after
was another
like the old heads, like Lisa Leslie, Simone Augustus,
Simone was fire.
What you call it, Maya Moore.
Yeah.
Shout out to North. Maya's from the town.
She just retired. Oh my God, Candace Parker. My
Yeah.
bad.
Candace
But
Parker.
yeah,
That class of
like,
OGs was fire. Cappy Pondexter was part of that too.
That's a good little name list right there. I see
Swoops and them for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't even want to wash my hands when Lisa Leslie touched it.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, yeah, you a good one." I was like,
Shout out to Tiffany. She came out to our to my sister's AAU practice, Team Legit out of Gwinnett.
Facts.
She came out and spoke to the girls about accountability.
"Oh, she did."
If y'all know Gwinnett from here is probably in Beaufort, about an hour and some change.
Oh, okay, I thought you was about to say something bad about Gwinnett. You know, I was gonna get on you.
No, I love Gwinnett.
Oh, okay.
I love Gwinnett. But
Yeah.
no, shout out to her. She came out and spoke to the girls for a couple of minutes. They were so appreciative of her coming out to speak to them, and the parents were just amazed that we were able to get someone at her caliber to come out and speak to the girls. So shout out to Tiff.
Let's shout out while we shouting people out. Let's shout out Coach AG. See, I call her Baby AG, right? Because I done known her since then.
Yeah,
Okay? She was one of my little campers coming up.
For sure.
And I'm telling you, I used to always say, y'all give the ball to her. Give and go to AG.
Right.
Point blank period. But shout out to Coach AG because, number one, when she gets around them, it's normal to her. Right? Like, you get around people like me, right? I'm a big stunner. You know what I'm saying? So when we had Josh Smith in this thing,
Yeah.
right? That's an NBA legend to me, right?
Highlight Factory started it. For sure.
Come on, man.
Shout out to the homie Smooth.
Ain't no
man.
way you didn't get on NBA 2K and play and do some of the craziest dunks with him.
Youngest slam dunk champion ever, for sure.
Right.
Smooth did his thing.
Then we had the internet stars of internet stars.
Now we done had some shit on him.
Right, because Ty she's a baller,
Yeah.
right, and she's from, like you say, she's from the land, she's from North Carolina, which we're gonna talk about that too, Hoop State. Anyways,
Now you saw what I tagged.
I
y'all
did.
on.
That's why we gonna talk about it. Okay, we gonna talk about it.
Saw what I tagged
But
y'all
shout
on. We
out
ain't
to
gotta talk about
Ty,
it.
right, because number one, she's got to be careful when she comes on this stuff because there's a lot of people that's really trying to get a viral moment out of her because of her relationships.
Yeah.
Just period. Like, what people don't understand about Ty is, like, she's one of the most down-to-earth people who I've ever come in contact with, especially because of the celebrity, I'll say.
Right.
Because of the celebrity that she is.
Right.
It's like you wouldn't think that she was as genuine a person as she is. So when people were asking, how did you end up getting, how was y'all getting? And I was just like, we talk all the time.
These spoon partners,
literally,
man.
like these are like literally my day-to-day friends who we talk about. We send memes back and forth on Instagram, like how your day going, miss you, love you. Like these are the type of caliber friends that I have. So it's not like where I'm going out of my way to get Ty to come on the episode. I text her phone. Ty, what you doing this day? Hey, I think I'll be in town. Let's make it happen. Smooth, the same thing. Smooth was like, bro, why you ain't asked me to be on your podcast yet? And I was like, you right. You right, bro.
Facts.
Like, you right, bro. Like, Tip was a little bit further out of my reach than, but when JQ told me, he was like, yeah, I reached out to Tip, and I was like, why you just ain't tell me you was trying to get Tip on the show? Like, I could.
But that happened by accident because I met the
her manager. Yep.
So, but yeah, for the most part, we had some great guests on the show.
Oh, hold on. Because we got to give B Goodwin some love. Because
Woody's episode was fire.
he just set off, too, in overseas. He just hit a game winner.
Oh, man, Goody's doing his thing.
Doing
bro.
his thing.
People don't understand about Goody's situation is, like, because he had to deal with so many health issues, we'll just leave it at health issues. Like, he just got hurt. He was coming off ACL. Like, you know, with the Hawks, he was dealing with health issues. Like, to see his resilience from where people thought he would end up coming off of ACL. Now he's back playing at such a high level. He was killing the G League. His G League team won the D League event.
Facts.
Like
he's playing with the Cavs.
Literally, like, he's playing at such a high level right now. Like, it's just it's dope to see, especially because he's been dealing with so much off the court.
Yeah.
Like, to watch him be able to bounce back the way he's bouncing back is fire, bro.
Yeah.
While we're talking though, RP Homicide, man. Corey Williams, man, New York basketball legend. Got news this morning when I woke up.
Yeah.
You know, he fought a long battle with colon cancer.
Yeah.
It finally took the homie out. But RP to Homicide Williams, man. One of the guys that was around again when I was coming up doing my pre-draft workouts and all my type of stuff. When I met my New York family, like, but that extended part of my family, you know, he was a part of that as well. So definitely shout out to and condolences to the Williams family for sure.
That's for sure. Now, what I'm trying to do with Def is do it like some of the people overseas, and I'm gonna celebrate people
For sure.
right? So a lot of the times, because I don't, even on my pages, I don't post death, I don't post fights, because you know, it always seems to be very negative. So now I'm trying to change that, right? So I won't ever post fights, but I will post. I'm gonna start back posting deaths in a more congratulative figure, because if it's one thing that I know is we all going.
Yeah.
Right, that's gonna happen. And the best way to deal with the ones that are the hardest, you know, like moms, dads, grandmas, cousins, and stuff like that, is just to figure that it's a more celebratory than something not.
Yeah, everybody gonna die, man, except Kim Jong-un. Did y'all see that?
Yeah,
I read online, Buddy got 20,000 doctors trying to figure out how he can live forever.
So, you know, that's actually been a very, I got to scoot up a little bit. You know,
that's literally, bro, like he's really trying to figure out a way to live forever.
So there's a dude named Brian Johnson, okay? The white guy out of Utah. Obviously, I know that because of Utah. Who is developing gene rejuvenation, okay? We ain't going to get on it much because I want to talk sports.
Stay away from it.
And I had a doctor, shout out to Dr. Matthews. I do got a show called A Minute with Dr. Matthews on all the time, talking with a retired trauma surgeon, okay? So we talking real news. We talking real doctor stuff.
Stop playing.
He don't like it, okay? He feel like you messing with God.
Literally, you getting in the way.
That's what he feels.
Natural order thing.
Imagine if you was here for 200 years, Meg. Think about how many people you would lose in a 200-year span.
But what if everybody was living at 200?
Come on now, he seen where I was going.
See, but if everybody living at 200, then you really got some time.
That's where I was
you got
going.
time to figure some things out.
See, I like really rejuvenation because of that thought
I ain't
process.
fooling with it. I ain't fooling with it. I ain't fooling with it.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like going to like a what is the called? When the tarot readers.
Yeah, like Final Destination, man. I feel like if it's you can't cheat when it's your time. It's your time.
It's gonna come for you either way.
Like I said, when I used to do the Sage, I used to get readings all the time, and girl was like, "Yeah, you finna get some money," and I swear to God, I got some money.
Okay,
and I was just like.
She was talking about
but
this,
it was multiple things that she was
talking about
saying.
counting me out. You ain't even got it yet. See what I'm saying? It went over your head then. Now it's finna, you see what I'm saying?
See how you feel?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was talking about counting me out, twin. We ain't even got there yet.
That's right.
See what I'm saying?
You're right, though.
I'm just trying to tell you.
All right,
But
so
like,
I'm sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish about your Sage and your get into the bag.
I'm just saying, like, it was just multiple things that she would say, and like certain things would happen, and then like my other friend would be like, you shouldn't do that. You're playing with God. And then I'm just like, maybe you're right. And then I don't know. But
yeah, I'm cool on living at 200. My knees hurting. I can't imagine 200-year-old knees.
People get on my nerves too much for me to live that long.
Yeah, I'm straight.
200 years?
I'm straight.
Crazy.
So who y'all got in the playoffs, in the final?
Okay, because we got to go back now because.
Don't bring up What? Because you love to brag.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying was when we did this once before, we did who y'all think gonna win and who was right, y'all.
That's the only reason why
I was right.
Wrong.
Listen,
you were wrong.
What I said was
wrong.
As a Laker fan, I had to choose the Lakers, and we seen this in the footage, I said Denver in 6.
Mm-hmm.
No, I said Denver in 7. I said Denver in 7.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Ant-Man is unbelievable.
Yes.
Ant-Man.
Oh my god.
Ant-Man's nice.
Everybody been asking me who I got winning, and I've been saying the same thing up until I watched these first 2 games, dog. Like, I don't know.
Controversial take.
Hold on, but wait. How long have I been telling you that?
Okay. You've been saying that for a minute.
For a minute.
Because we've been following him tightly since high school. She had me filming him even in high school. Y'all can go check that out. It's on the channel. And so but I'm a controversial take though. I think his game is very average. I think he's just he's a shot maker. This is what basketball is. He's a shot maker and he can fly. And he's the best two-way player in the game.
I almost just said something to you, Fonz.
It's very average, bro. There's no okay.
You really almost just took me there, bro.
Like,
On camera.
Okay, hold on. Okay, when I think of handle, when I think of ball handle, I think of AI.
Ant-Man is top 5 in the league handle ball right now.
Well, that's not
He's
what I'm
a top
saying.
5 ball handler in the NBA right now.
I don't disagree.
Every aspect of basketball, Ant-Man is top 5.
I don't disagree. But
every aspect. That nigga's a top 5 athlete. He's a top 5 ball handler. He's a top 5 shooter. He's a top 5 shot creator, shot maker, tough shot taker, clutch gene. Ant-Man, Josh Smith would attest to this, bro. I just got off the phone with Smooth, bro. I told Smooth, Ant-Man is 23 years old.
22.
22 years old. If he plays like he's playing right now until he's 30, he'll be the greatest basketball player in the history of basketball.
I don't disagree with none of what you're saying.
How the fuck you say he's average?
What I said was he's got an average looking game.
Nothing's average.
His moves do not scream, okay,
greatest ever.
No, it doesn't.
Oh my God.
When they compare him,
first move I watched him make in high school, he was 15 years old. I'm like, oh my God, who is this kid?
Of course, because he looks better than the rest. Basketball in this day and age, skill-wise, is less. These kids don't even develop right now. These kids are playing. All these kids do are play ball.
That's fair.
They don't ever get a chance to go put in drills, put in work, do actual development. That's why Kobe hated AAU ball.
That's why they took my dog out, man. R.I.P. Kobe Bean, man. They took him out because he was changing the landscape of basketball.
He was changing the aspect of basketball.
The landscape for sure. Now, what I will say is that skill development as a whole, we've talked about this on the pod before. Mm-hmm. Skill development as a whole, there's a gap. Mm-hmm. And I read the most accurate post, bro. I wish I had my phone with me. I read the most accurate post I've ever seen on the internet. And it was talking about the generation of kid that was around for No Child Left Behind.
Come on now.
It was the kid that just got pushed through school. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't give a damn if you failing. Like, we're going to get you because ain't no child left behind. We getting everybody out of here. Mm-hmm. All right, so boom. Now that kid gets to the age of having kids. So now they have kids.
Teaching them the same thing.
Now the kids coming home like, Mommy, I need help with homework. And they like, well, shit. I don't know what that them is. Folks gave me a B, man. They like, I don't know what you're supposed to do with this, bro. Yeah. Like, so now we got a generation of parent who can't relate. I say relate because I don't want to be disrespectful, to relate to the kids' struggle with school.
Come on now.
So now it's the same thing in sports. The guys that got cut from the varsity team as juniors and seniors are skill trainers. Mm-hmm. And they're skill developers because that's what they decided to do with the pick me part of society now.
Okay, so let's get into something then, because you talked about this earlier. Because this is where that whole mindset comes from with analysts. Because you get analysts that never played a game. Zero
credibility for me.
Okay.
Every last one of them. If you didn't lace them shits up, you're not an expert. You don't have any. You're no different than Tom and Harry sitting on the couch.
But one of our best coaches right now never played a game. You know what I'm talking about?
Pop? Who?
Eric Spoelstra. Came up through the ranks as a video guy.
All right, so this is where I'll go, bro. This is how you attack like the counter arguments when it comes, because I'm pro athlete. I'm always going to be more. I'm pro talent.
Listen here, hold on. We need to hold on. Where's my camera? This man here,
I'm pro talent
is
for sure.
Pro athlete.
I'm pro talent.
Okay,
I'm pro
go
talent.
ahead.
So what I say is, if you go back and you look at Eric Spoelstra's success as a basketball coach, right? When was he most successful?
With LeBron.
The greatest nigga ever. Like,
Or I should say with D Wade.
One of the greatest ever, right?
Yeah.
That's when he had majority of it.
Because Dwayne Wade is considered in Florida a god.
Right.
I mean,
Wade
County.
Wade County.
Come
for
on
sure,
now.
For sure.
Yeah.
But again, now you go back and you look at all the other great coaches that have been, around. They've always had the guys.
Yes.
And that's not just NBA.
Yes.
That's just every level.
Yes.
Every coach that has ever been successful. You've never had a coach that won without having top-tier talent.
That's right.
So you got to take that into accountability as well.
That's right.
Of course you can coach because you have the coldest guys.
That's right.
Now, when we was coming up, I talked about this with my brother the other day, bro. Like, when we were coming up, bro, we skill development, like, we really didn't have, there was like 5-star camp, like there were like little camps around, but there wasn't times where you just was like, hey, I'm about to take you to the gym and you gonna really work on your craft. Like, one of my partners sent me a DM the other day talking about when we was growing up in the apartment complex we lived in. And he was like, bro, like, do you remember we lived in the first circle and such and such got a basketball goal, and then we set up a full court because I had just got my basketball goal. Yeah. And that's how we used to play basketball.
Same
like,
here.
We played 21 outside.
Same here.
17 niggas outside.
Same here.
I'm a get mine on 17 of y'all.
Same
I don't
here.
really care. And I feel like that's a part of skill development.
Yes.
Skill development is, I got to figure out how to put this ball in the basket.
Yeah.
All right, but I also got to understand that I got to stop you from getting 21 too.
Yeah, because you can't even foul these kids nowadays. If they hard foul, they ready to fight.
Hey, I saw a video the other day, bro, of a little kid taking a flop charge.
Yeah, he went crazy, didn't he?
Oh, it made me feel away. I'm like, they should have gave him a tech and find his team, because is that where basketball's gotten to now? Like, is that the kid is like 9 years old, bro?
Yeah.
And buddy, not even like a hard, forceful push. It was like a little forearm.
Yeah.
He just goes flying back, and I'm like, is that where basketball's gotten to, bro? Like,
a lot of y'all favorite NBA players flop a lot.
Not mine.
I'm not gonna put any names out there, but
listen here, okay?
I'm not.
We need to go viral again. Who you talking about?
I am not mad at being a LeBron fan. Okay?
Who said I was in LeBron?
Because I know you.
Oh, I said James Harden.
James Harden flops a lot too.
For sure. Chris Paul was another one.
Chris Paul was and I hate this play that he used to always do that Trae Young does right now, which is jump in front of you. I'm on a fast break. You're running, then I just jump. And they've been calling that a charge nowadays.
They've been doing a lot. They're doing a lot better with trying to adjust to how today's NBA is being played.
Correct.
But I still feel like referees have too much say so. Like, I feel like at no point in the game should you be able to go to the monitor and reverse a call. Like, if you made the call, that's just what it is.
Even in crunch moment? Even in crunch moment?
That's the only time you should be able to go back and review.
Okay.
It's not a thing.
So under 2 minutes, you say?
Only under 2 minutes.
Okay.
Only under 2 minutes, because now this is a game deciding moment. Sometimes you might make the wrong call.
Yeah.
But you can't. My bad, y'all. Let's try it again. Now let's just go to the camera.
But it's not really
out.
like that though. It's more of you have to catch them.
That's
right?
my thing. Like, if I'm on the floor and I tell you it's out of bounds on you, I saw it. Don't tell me I'm wrong. I know I'm not wrong. But because you're the referee, you're saying, no, I said out of bounds. We're going the other way.
That's why I like the replay though. Straight. Because it now gets, this is one thing I don't like. I don't like when it's obviously the wrong call and we keep it.
Yeah.
I can't. It's like, bruh, it was obvious that this didn't happen.
Everybody's agreeing for sure, and you're still trying to say,
"Come on, man! Let's at least go to the tape. Let's see what's going on. Let's make sure that didn't happen the way that we said it happened." And I like the fact that it causes discussion. So let's come right back to what my question was earlier, because I don't even know if it was a question, more of a statement, because I'm just on here talking. Colin Cowherd, which is the reason why I'm wearing my hat backwards.
He's an idiot.
Right, this is why we're going there. You heard him.
Colin Cowherd is an idiot.
You heard him.
So is Jason Whitlock and Nick Wright.
Jason Whitlock, I can agree with you, but even with Jason Whitlock, I always say we're in their game. Our game as athletes is on the court. Their game as commentators, sports bloggers, people that talk about the game is off the court.
You have
talking
no
about the game.
credibility for your word to be higher than anybody. What gives you the platform? Jason Whitlock gets on TV all the time and says the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
I agree.
On purpose.
Especially about LeBron.
On purpose, though. Like, on purpose. They get online, Skip Bayless the same way. They get online and say anything, and people put what their word is, they hold it to such a high standard. I don't understand why. That's why I'm excited to see a lot of these player pods, because you're getting a real take, on playoff basketball, talking to guys that really played in the playoffs, or talking to coaches that coasted the playoffs. I don't want to talk to Stephen A. Smith, who's been saying the same thing for 25 years. I want to hear it. I don't want to hear from Nick Wright or Colin. I don't want to hear it.
That's different, though. See, you're talking a different game. Because what you're talking are interviews, post-game. That's what you're talking. What they're necessarily talking about is commentary. What we're doing right now. There's no game being played. There's nothing that's happened in sports right now, and we're talking about sports. So I figure we're, as athletes, are in their arena. My bad, B, for knocking that. Hey, man, shout out to B back there controlling everything.
You feel me?
We're in their arena when we're talking sports. We're not in our arena. Our arena is on the court. It's something that my dad used to always tell me. Shout out to my daddy. Son, you can't watch this game because you're playing it. You don't understand it the same. When you're playing it, you're using instincts. When you're watching it, you're using your logic. It's a different viewpoint. So when they're talking not from experience. They're talking from the onset, which is, like we said earlier, 80% of the people. 80%, it's really more than that, right? It's really 90% of the people are audience. Only 10% of us actually played.
Yeah, I'm straight on it. I don't want to only because they're people will hear Nick Wright and Whitlock, they'll hear them say something
and think it's golden.
They'll take that there and run with it. So now, if you go watch Around the Horn or whatever shows that they be on, you watch that episode, and then you go talk to your friends in your group chat, and you say the same thing. Man, no, because such and such said, and everybody in the group chat like, bro, what? Like, that's a terrible take on sport. What are you talking about? That's how things get misconstrued. But again, now you go back and you go tune into Patrick Beverly pod, or you look at JJ Redick pod, or Braun pod, or I Am Athlete, or one of these pods that have real guys who have been in them trenches, who went through these battles and wars and bled and cried and all that type of stuff for the sport. And now you get a different perspective.
But
like
I also think it depends on the context of the conversation.
Facts.
Right? So you can't expect someone like Stephen A. Smith to give their perspective on what goes on in the locker room, right? When it's that brotherhood, right? But if you're talking about stats and history and things like that, then yeah, I feel like Stephen A. Smith and the other commentators and analysts, they have the right to speak on that. Because it's general information.
Because they're just reading a piece of paper?
Right. But what I'm saying is, that's just like you and Fonz. Like, you guys have been in the brotherhood locker room. Like, you can't have someone, Stephen A. Smith and somebody else, say, well, this is what really goes down in the conversations when the brothers are in the locker room and things like that. He can't speak on that.
Yeah, but he can't speak on what a player's going through in the game either. So when you're talking about Paul George don't show up in the clutch, or this guy don't do this and that guy don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going through that man's head.
But those are observations, though.
It's the same kind of take. Like, people, the narrative now still, because the media ran with it, about the Iverson practice thing.
Yeah.
People don't understand the backstory about why he wasn't there.
Yeah.
About the one practice that he missed.
And come on, Spoon, keep it real, because you've been in NBA practice. How many of your starter fives are practicing?
See, that's another thing. Another narrative that gets taken and ran with. Because again,
drills.
You go back and you think about guys that perfect their craft, and you go watch interviews. Kobe is the one of the greatest guys ever when it comes to this type of stuff, because he's not here no more.
Right.
So people go watch his interviews, and it's like, bro, it's no wonder why he was so fucking good.
Right.
Because he was in the gym at 4 a.m.
Who were telling those stories?
Kobe. I'm not listening to nobody else. I'm watching Kobe's interviews. Kobe is telling me out of his mouth, bro. When I walked in the gym, I knew I know you got to go hard because I'm going hard.
But what I'm saying is other players were sharing their stories.
For sure, because they were around.
Exactly.
Stephen A. Smith can't give me a take on Kobe.
Exactly.
He can't. I don't want to hear it. Colin Cowherd can't give me a take on Kobe and who he was as a person. Because you want to know why? People like Kobe, when they the interview, if I don't want to interview, now what you know they're going to say, oh, he's a jerk, he's an asshole, and people run with that. Michael Beasley's another great case.
Michael Beasley's a great case.
Because people don't know who Michael Beasley is as a person.
They think he's crazy.
But they've heard,
Yeah.
Oh, he's a psycho.
Yeah,
you don't even know me, bro.
Yeah.
So when he goes on I Am Athlete and he shares his version of the story, people are like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea Michael Beasley was this so down to earth. Like, what do you mean you've been looking for good people? And now it's like, oh, because the media said he was crazy.
But look,
I just took that and ran with it.
But I'm going to throw a wrench on you, though. You have to have that, right? Because it's just like anything else. If you got too much good, it ain't nothing. You don't know what good is until something happens bad.
Facts.
So until you hear that perspective of the audience member or the fan, that gives the player a chance now to say what he says, because you can. It's like yin and yang. You can't have one without the other. You don't have the game without the fans.
That's
right?
cap.
I do agree. Well, obviously now because we had Corona. So
you feel me? Like the bubble showed me don't got to be nobody in the crowd, and they still gonna play at a high level. You wanna know why? Because as a competitor, that's why I hate when people say sports are rigged.
But hold on, take the cameras out. You take the fans out. You take the cameras out. You don't get the same basketball.
That's cap. It might even be better. The greatest Magic Johnson, bro, the viral clip, Lou Young made it over again about the game between the Dream Team when they was going at it against each other. It really wasn't no cameras in there.
No, it was. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. I know
you see what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a thing where it wasn't 12 cameras in that gym, bro. It might have been 1, 2 cameras, bro.
Two cameras tops.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But again, that was a time where you really had to be there. Like, imagine if that was going on now, the Dream Team practice now where they really going at it. How many different camera angles we would have had of that
the
shit.
Whole time,
and people would have been giving they whole.
It's gonna be live.
They gave their whole version of that game, that practice, and it would have been something totally different than the folklore that you heard.
But I also think that's why basketball has evolved the way it has. Because even with less skill, you get more scoring.
See, I don't know if it's less skill though.
Well, this is what we know. Okay, this is what we know. We know that the game isn't being taught the way that it used to be taught.
That's a fact.
We know right now that we don't know what a travel is.
Well, I honestly feel like we know exactly what a travel is. I just feel like referees don't call that.
Wait a minute. Who's the viral? What's the dude from North Carolina that played?
I can't remember his Instagram. His name is Milton Chavis.
MDW.
You're a fucking idiot.
You hear me? You're a moron. All those different types of moves.
Yeah,
he's an idiot.
Yeah.
100,000% he's an idiot. I don't want to hear about it.
I screen recorded one of the videos and I actually went in like slow motion.
I'm blocked on Instagram. He blocked me.
Oh, so
because it's like if you did go in slow motion, you would see.
I don't give a damn.
It would be certain things like he wouldn't even have possession of the ball. So it's like even if he took that step without.
If Scott Foster told me it's not a travel, I don't give a damn.
Now
man.
I understand why you're saying
travels,
that. I understand why you're saying that, especially because
it's just going so quick.
That's the okay. Kind of going back to what Spoon was saying earlier, that's kind of the point of refereeing, which is why he don't like the replay. It's got to be some type of the organicness to it. Like of course you can call it when you slowed it down.
See, but that's my thing, Fonz. It all goes back to the same type of shit. Like growing up, there was no internet for my little kid to watch MDW.
Right.
Hop, step, travel, spin around, hero step,
my God.
turn around 3, step back 3. So now this younger generation who's addicted to their phones, they see him, he's verified, 100,000 followers, and they like, shit, I might want to try some of this in the game.
But it's coming out of the rule book, though.
I don't give a damn, Fonz. I don't care. And neither does the little kid who sees it and tries to mimik it.
Yeah.
Because in the game, that childhood referee who was getting $25 a game, calling travel.
Yeah.
They're not going to the fucking FIFA book trying to review the call with you. They're not doing it.
Yeah.
And that's the gap. There's a gap, and we have to bridge the gap. My generation of guys, if you're my age, 30, 37, 38, if you're 30 and up, like we've got to step back in and intervene, bro, because the game is getting lost. And we've got to bring it back or it's going to be gone.
I do agree with the game is going to be different, but the game is always constantly evolving.
I'm okay with that.
I remember watching the Detroit Pistons before in like '89. Obviously, I was 4, so I watched it later on in life. And it reminds me a lot of what I'm seeing now, playoff-wise. The playoffs right now, because we didn't even finish that. The playoffs right now is
Wolves and 6
is rough
in any series.
Okay, let's do that. Wolves and 6.
I got Wolves and 6 too.
Okay.
Yeah, Wolves and 6 for sure.
I might just jump on the bandwagon.
Ant-Man versus Jaylen Brown is going to be the biggest shit for Georgia sports.
Yes.
In a
I
long
was
time.
definitely going to say the Celtics and
Boston and Minnesota.
Okay.
I wanted to go 7 games.
They just took that L.
Who?
Boston.
So?
And they took the L at home by 20.
So?
All Cleveland wanted to do was what?
7 games.
Come and get one.
7 games.
Okay. So let's keep it going. So we got Wolves and 6. Wolves and 6.
I'm going to just say Wolves.
Wolves.
Yeah.
In general.
But like, never mind. Just go ahead.
Okay.
So we saying the whole thing, like winning the
yeah,
whole
we about to
thing,
go
or
through
like,
them. We about to go through it. So Wolves and 6.
I'm going to just say Wolves.
Okay, Wolves. I got Wolves with a sweep. Wolves and 4.
Against the defending champs?
For sure, they're done.
They're done.
First of all, Jamal, you lucky that they didn't suspend you behind.
Hey, you want to know what's crazy, bro? Is that 10,000%? If that was Draymond Green,
he gone.
Oh,
gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
They damn near lifetime ban and
he wouldn't even be able to play again.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You throw a towel on the court.
That wasn't a towel. That was a heat pack.
No, that's the second
Even
one.
worse.
He threw a towel first, then threw a heating pad second.
Oh, I ain't know
and
that.
he did it right after each other. You didn't even wait. You didn't even wait 2-3 possessions.
What did he say he was trying to do?
He told us I had to get the ref's attention.
I ain't gonna lie. You get the referee's attention by getting a tech. That's how you get the referee's attention.
No, so technically,
nigga, now you know I'm looking at you.
Stupid. So technically, that's what he was trying to say. That's really what he was trying to say. What he was trying to say is I was trying to get a tech, but you're on the bench.
Hey, so what is different between Jamal Murray throwing shit on the court and Patrick Beverley's interaction? Patrick Beverley got 4 games, no pay.
So the reason is you involved another person, right? Just off the gate, you're no longer a solo. It's not a solo incident.
So what
with Jamal Murray's, it's a solo incident.
That's cap. Everybody on the floor immediately became in danger when he threw that shit on the floor.
They were in danger, but they didn't get hit. And it was a towel.
Attempted battery, man.
It is.
It
is bad.
But it wasn't battery.
But it wasn't. Right.
Or assault.
Right. Right.
Attempted.
It wasn't though. It wasn't even. It wasn't even battery
Gotta go
yet.
back to attempted.
It wasn't even there yet though, because it's almost like saying Patrick Beverley threw a knife in comparison to him throwing a napkin.
Yeah. See, again, I gotta go back because I'm so pro athlete, bro. As a fan, be a fan, but you gotta understand that I'm a man. So don't think you just get to say and do whatever the hell you want to me, because I don't, where Patrick Beverley comes from, I'm sure it's not like that.
It's not, but you gotta have some type of accountability.
So
for
ban the fan. If I got 4 games, give him 4 games.
But the fan is paying. And I'm not saying that just because they're paying that they get the cause. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying there's got to be a different set of rules, though. We can't all be living off the same account of rules because the game only expands through money, right? Which we're noticing with the WNBA. The WNBA is expanding because of money. They just added. Every team now has private jets, right? Private flights.
Shout out to W.
Right?
This class of female athlete for sure. Shout out to all of y'all.
You see what I'm saying? That comes with that. So we have to agree on the. It's just like saying the owners, right? Because the owners will make a decision and then everybody's outraged, but you can't be. They're the owners. That's just the way that it works. That's who it is. If you're in the audience, you're in the audience.
Again, I'm gonna say, Fonz, if you go and you take the top talented guys, the top of the top of the NBA, and all of them say at the same time, you know what, man, I don't like this shit no more. We gonna go play somewhere else.
Well, they got to be making $800,000 first.
This is what I'm saying. This is all I'm saying. If Bron them decide, hey man, NBA doing us wrong. I ain't fucking with it no more. And they say we gonna take our talents to the BBB league. And immediately all the money goes from there to where the talent goes.
I disagree with that. All the money doesn't go there because a lot of money starts with sponsorships, and the sponsorships start with the brands. So you don't just become the JBL, which we had a chance to attend and brought in behind the scenes, look to see what was some of that stuff going on. You don't get that to expand without having that brand.
Talent.
No, without having that brand.
Talent.
No, you need the talent too. Don't get me wrong. You definitely need the talent. But what I'm saying is it goes back to like the same thought process of music. The artist and the label. You did not get your song out. Yes, that's your song, but it did not get to millions of people by you.
Not 20 years ago.
No, even now.
Right now, if you're an artist and your song is popping, all you need to do is get on TikTok.
Okay, but they're banning that. Right now, Glorilla can't even get on TikTok because she's a Warner artist. And the Warner artists have a contract to where you can't put your music, they don't promote music on TikTok. So she can't even do it.
Okay, we got another topic we got to go into.
Okay, go ahead.
Not really rocking with Sound. I mean, people rock with SoundCloud, but
they don't at all.
It's still not that major platform.
That's a fact.
But this is what I'm saying.
Like Spinrilla.
Just getting it out. Getting my, if I'm an artist and I say, look, this is what I want to do, I'm gonna take this shit serious. YouTube, there's
it don't work that way.
But
it don't
TikTok
work that way.
was like the platform to make somebody's song go really viral.
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
I need y'all to get a routine to mine.
Because like people still do the same type of thing on Instagram, but it's like it don't hit the same.
Well, not even that, because I agree, but that's how most people find their artists, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most people find their artists from TikTok or Instagram.
That's a fact.
And they find a trend that they do.
Correct.
Just like what you do, right?
What I do?
Well, you find the trend, like whatever trend going on.
Trendy ass.
You gonna
do it.
You
set the trend.
Like even
find
like the songs, like you know that this is the song I need to use because everybody's using the song.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Me,
song
if I
choices
like
be
the song,
wild.
I might click the song and I just see a whole bunch of reels.
I gotta go back, Meg. Her song choices are trash.
But hold on, because Meg said
But
something,
she's
especially
following
being
the trend though, and it's paying off.
Especially being a videographer, right?
views.
Because we have to choose. Music is a very vital part of the content,
Fact.
right? And nowadays things are so copyrighted.
Where are we in this conversation? Because I could have sworn I just
Left.
said was going to the.
Went left.
All right,
for
go ahead.
Because I know
But you
music.
gotta let it keep going left though. You gotta let it
Because I
keep
know
going
because we're about
left.
to run out of time.
Let's go.
So
Let's go.
I really
We can
wanna
switch up. It's the switch up.
Because I know
Let's
y'all
go.
can go on and on
That's
for
right.
hours for music.
Let's go.
But
Hey, you gotta cut a nigga off.
we running it.
That's cool. Go ahead.
Anywho, so I wanted to ask this question because of if you guys haven't heard, Deion Sanders' daughter has transferred to Alabama A&M, which
Huntsville.
Go Bulldog.
is okay.
HBCU?
On the hill.
Yeah.
I
So
should have went
Megan,
HBCU.
so right, but before you go in, I want to hear from you. What's your take on her transferring from a PWI to a HBCU?
What's PWI? What is that?
Predominantly
Institution.
Oh,
institution.
European. Is that what PWI stands for?
Yeah,
That's what it stands
institution.
for. Institution.
Also, HBCU and PW. Damn.
Historically
Yeah.
black college.
Yes.
I went to a PWI.
You sure
Yeah.
did.
Wait, what?
We all did.
We
except
all
for them
did.
two.
What?
No, what?
Well, the first one you started with.
The first one I started with was HBCU. But go ahead, man. Go ahead. We're gonna get into it.
My fault.
I just feel like
Damn,
so how I feel about her like
PWI.
leaving
That's
from Colorado, like I feel like she probably I don't know. I really don't. I never really watched her play before. I know that she did play for Jackson State.
What you playing, basketball?
Yeah.
Basketball?
Like even when she played for Jackson State was popping. Like they had players going to the WNBA. So I mean, I don't know what happened at Colorado this season, but I know
They were good.
I mean, look, but
They were top. They
Damn.
were
but
top
what
tier.
was she doing though?
They-
Shout
no,
out to
listen,
my
listen.
PWI, man.
They were
University of Memphis.
Colorado girls were so good this year, non-intentionally, right? Like it was something that they didn't know was gonna happen. They did not expect the girls to be that good.
Yeah, if you weren't in Boulder, for sure.
Yeah, so
If you weren't in Boulder, nobody thought they was gonna be
at
shit.
all. So when you come out there and then your starting five puts out big time numbers and wins, it's gonna be hard. She couldn't find a way in the rotation.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Oh,
probably
she
say
just wasn't
too.
playing.
Yeah, she wasn't playing.
Yeah,
much,
that and then like I know that Coach Richards left, so they got a new coach. And
Right.
she came from Prairie. I don't know. It's not Prairie View. It's Arkansas Pine Bluff. Yeah. So I think it's a good marketing thing too for A&M.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Do you feel like with her being, now that she's going to be playing with the program, do you think that's going to bring media attention?
I definitely think it's going to bring media attention too, because they already know, like, people have been talking about it all the time.
Yep.
Deion Sanders is going to be there.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
Like, I remember, because I used to work at the football game, so I used to sell tickets. Mm-hmm. And, like, when we used to play Jackson State when he was the coach, like, even when he was on that little
the scooter,
like, everybody coming there, everybody waiting for Deion. Like, everybody's just trying to find where he is.
Shout out.
Like, even when I saw him, I was like, oh no, but like everybody was like trying to see Deion Sanders. Like,
sidebar.
They just wanted to stare at him.
Yeah.
Sidebar. Buddy better win some fucking games this year. All that rah-rah we going pro-black shit.
I thought we was talking about Deion Sanders' daughter at Alabama A&M. I thought we was shining on Alabama A&M.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought we was shining on one of the top HBCUs.
You better win some games at that PWI.
So speaking of HBCU, so you went. We've already established that you went to a PWI. I went to a HBCU my first year, and then my last two years PWI. You HBCU all the way.
Oh, mine was capital PWI.
Yeah, capital P.
Shout out to Utah State, man. I know I got all this Florida on right now. I know y'all probably wondering why I do. Now y'all ain't probably wondering, but y'all, if y'all wondering why I got on all this Florida, man. Shout out to JQ Sports PR,
Woo.
Athlete of the Year, Cam Jackson, defensive lineman for the Florida Gators. Okay, we got a big game coming up August 31st against Miami. The boy behind the board is from there.
Boy, BJ got
B is from there.
Behind the camera.
Yeah, we're gonna be out there.
So do I need to ride on the wing?
Oh, we already.
Man, it's so doggone sold out already though. The you can't even get a hotel in Gainesville right now.
Yeah, we had to get one 30 minutes.
30 minutes ain't bad.
That's not bad.
That ain't bad commute.
That's not bad. But before we even go there, shout out to Utah State, right? Shout out to my players. Ian Martinez came back. Show my boy some love. Aduje came back. Show my boy some love. London, stand up.
Bro, I cannot believe y'all just put me on this PWI, bro. Like, I never.
I can't believe y'all just took the shine from Alabama A&M.
I never heard the terminology.
Yeah.
So do you feel that you going or you playing for a PWI, you would have gotten the same experience playing at HBCU?
Hell no.
Okay.
I can't answer that for him.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. If I could go back, bro. If I go back, first of all, I would have went to Texas, but we don't got to talk about that.
PWI.
The HBCU route would have been so fire because the talent was going to be the talent anyway. Like,
Cap.
No cap. No cap.
Cap, man. I'm from the land of North Carolina, Hoop State.
We don't go there.
And you know, we got the most, I think it's the most black colleges in the state, in a state. And the talent level is horrible, man. I remember
my point.
We did
That's my point.
But the talent level has always been that way. And the reason why,
because they choose to go
hold on,
PWI.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Strictly
Hold on,
for
I
the
didn't mean to
name.
say that. I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say it wasn't always that way.
Like, I feel like even back at your time, like, you would not even know.
Oh, 10,000%. I was looking
like,
at
even
HBCU.
like with Howard.
But why?
Because, like, I was an athletic trainer, for example. So, like, it's just certain things that we do not have that PWIs do have.
Yes.
Like, A&M is just now getting to where they, like, even like now, like, you play 2K and you see how you got glass doors going to the training room. We just now got that. And that's like, they just built that event center like 2 years, not even 2 years ago. My class was the first class to graduate in there. So I'm just saying, like, their training room, you should see our training room. It looked like it was like built in the 1800s when we first was founded. Like, it was that bad. So it's like certain things like that, like the money wise too. Like, you got to be probably one of the best of the best. Like,
again, Meg, it goes back to the talent is gonna be the talent. It don't
But
matter where the talent
go.
goes.
Why would I go there? See,
but you have to start somewhere, and
the
starting point is the talent.
No,
you get the talent there, everything else follows.
Everything follows the talent. Hey, look,
the starting point is the starting
Ask
point.
yourself this right now.
The starting point is the money.
If Ace Bailey decided to go to Clark Atlanta instead of Rutgers, Clark Atlanta will be the most covered team in the history of college sports.
Theo Bailey. Theo Bailey. Theo Bailey.
If the number one player in the country decides to say...
Theo Bailey. He was the number one player in the country. He went to Howard. He was the African kid who went to Howard.
He was trash.
Hey.
He wasn't the talent. Again,
he wasn't the talent.
Look, JQ, again, you got to go back to what I said before. These experts get that shit wrong. Because he was rated the number one player in the country doesn't mean shit.
Correct.
The talent, I'm talking about the talent.
Facts.
Weber State, Damian Lillard.
Facts.
Nobody knew who Weber State was.
I did.
Until who got there?
I did.
Damian Lillard.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Nobody's
Stop.
checking for Fresno State until Paul George gets there, gang.
Wait a minute. Wait for Austin.
The talent.
Get to Malou.
The talent. Everything follows the talent, gang.
Wait a minute.
They're going to follow the talent.
Wait a minute.
If 3-4 of the top 25 guys go to a HBCU, automatically the Deion Sanders goes to Jackson State.
And they had to
Jackson
leave. He could not. Shador could not get national attention because he was at Jackson State. They did not take it serious.
Because they didn't want to do the just do. You got to go through the process, gang. It's not going to be overnight. Ace Bailey decides to go
overnight. You know how many players have come from HBCUs? Shannon Sharp, Savannah State. He ain't no young player. I can really go through a long.
Yeah, but you know what Shannon Sharp had to do at the HBCU?
I mean, he had to kill.
He had to kill. If you go and you do what you're supposed to do again, the talent is gonna be the talent, no matter where the talent goes, bro. That's my whole. Don't get caught up in the name game. Don't get caught up in the PWI.
But you have to.
But look, hold on. Don't get caught up in the PWI because of the name.
Okay, hold on. But why does DJ Khaled get everybody on his albums? Because he spends money. He charters the plane for you to get to him. But
there's no reason to invest into a program if the talent is not there.
No. Listen, you're gonna do that.
Nobody wants to go watch Morehouse play, bro, because ain't nobody playing in fucking Morehouse.
I agree, but what is Stanford? Stanford is
PWI.
Yes, and it is a high maintenance. It is a.
He said it, bro. PWI.
It's a high maintenance school that gets talent because they spend money. They're not good. They get talent because they spend money.
See, that's not. I'm not talking about that.
No, what I'm saying is that's the basis
education.
Of. Yeah, that's the basis of everything.
Ivy League schools for. You know, it's other reasons. If we're going, I'm talking about.
No, I'm just talking about money in general.
From an athletic standpoint, Fonz, this is what I'm talking about. From an athletic standpoint, if you go back, let's just go back to Ace Bailey, Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper. If all three of those guys decide to say, "Hey, look, we ain't going this school. We gonna go Jackson State," automatically Jackson State is in the conversation because the talent is there.
Yeah, but you're still
the money follows the talent.
But you're still missing the fact that the big schools will always still get the talent. You're never going to get Alabama to not get talent. You're never going to get Florida State to not get talent. But hold on, I think Alabama brought in a better coach than what Saban is right now. That Washington coach is a big deal.
And
he came from. He done won at every. He done won at
every.
Jason
Whitlock shit. You just saying anything now.
He just won
Roll
at every.
This the second thing I'd have heard you say this episode, Fonz. We'll put you back behind the camera. You said Ant-Man game is regular, and you just said buddy that got hired at Alabama is better than Saban.
You're doing that media stuff. I said his game looks average. It looks average, is what I said. Looks average. He doesn't do anything spectacular but be an athlete.
Man, just shook the shit out of Anthony Davis, bro. Long side-stepping, cross-stepping, spinning. In the running for defensive player of the year, Anthony Davis.
As a post player.
ACL.
No, I'm saying he's only in it as a post player. If Anthony Davis was not a post player, he would not be in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year is Avery Bradley. Defensive Player of the Year.
Gobert just won it again.
No.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No. I'm saying as far as a defensive player that plays defense, right? Your big men get defensive players for outside reasons, like Gobert. Gobert is only getting Defensive Player of the Year because he changes shots.
No, he's blocking
shots,
that shit.
And he blocks shots.
Wemby should have won it, by the way.
And Wemby should have won it. And once again, you're only going to get it because you block shots. That's not a guard. That's not a guard-driven award.
Marcus Smart just won it.
That's what
Drew Holiday won it.
Yeah, but it's not guard-driven, is what I'm saying. You're going to get one or two guards that are in it, and they'll possibly win because they're the outlier. They're not ever going to be your top one. It's just like what I was talking about with Avery Bradley. Avery Bradley, I just listened to Rajon Rondo and Jeff Teague say, man, playing against Avery Bradley, I was dribbling so hard, they called timeout. I was still dribbling. They say I was still dribbling.
Not because you know, bro. Some guys you just don't play around with the rock like
That's
that.
a fact.
They're gonna take it from you.
That's a fact. I'm just saying you're getting that award because of your size. It's just like Jokic. Jokic gets a lot of stuff because of his size.
That's cap. Jokic has been dominating the NBA.
Jokic has been dominating because of his size. It's just like this. They've been exposed. Without Jamal Murray playing Jamal Murray ball, Denver is not Denver.
Well, duh, nigga, that goes to anything.
That's no, it's not.
In order, man. Them
No, it's
folks
not.
in Minnesota ain't bullshitting, buddy.
That's what I'm trying to say. Gobert just didn't play. Gobert didn't even play the other day, and they got to win.
Them folks in Minnesota playing hard as hell right now, man.
Yes,
Minnesota in 6.
Yes, they are. Minnesota in 4.
All right. Woo.
Don't try to ring us back in.
No, it's time for us to go.
Hey, so what y'all gonna do when they say that? Me and Meg need to be on every episode.
They gonna say funds because I didn't say nothing.
Megan said, "Get me
Man, I
out."
looked over at Meg twice. Meg yawn, y'all.
I ain't gonna count when they just kept talking. I was like,
But no, this was
nobody
good
gonna
though.
watch
No,
this
this is
one.
good. I think the audience is gonna really enjoy
Meg yawning.
hey, I was like this.
these conversations. And like I said, we're gonna try, at least once a season to have you guys back on the show. But time is out.
Damn,
So,
are we almost at the end of another season?
yes, we are.
That's fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a year.
Mm-hmm.
2 seasons.
2 seasons in a year.
2 seasons in, gang.
2 seasons in a year.
That's
I'm
fire.
about to cry.
Don't do that. And I'm about to do something that she hates.
But
I got to do
a
it.
ticket, y'all.
Please.
Hey, man. Shout out to whatever Spoon is wearing right now. Shout out to that hat.
You feel
Shout out to
me?
that shirt. And shout out to them pants.
Big, man. This my partner, man. Anakin, man. Anakin.
It's
Shouts
hard.
out to the guy, man. Juice Crew, man. This is what we rocking this episode for sure.
That's hard.
Juice Crew on the shirt. Juice Crew on the hat. Custom pants. My boy painted himself, man.
What's
One of
the
the
IG?
most talented guys.
What's the IG?
One Anakin. Literally. One Anakin. He draws. He did my tattoos.
That's
y'all.
hard.
You know I got tattoos now, man. Did all my tattoos. Shouts out to my dog Anakin,
That's hard.
man.
That's hard.
Okay.
You got some new stuff on you too.
Where?
It looked like you got a new
What
ring.
that was on your hand that was shining like that? What it was?
It looked like that. Oh,
Is that the engagement ring?
Yes, it is.
Who
Okay,
you
then.
engaged to?
who your man?
What? Who you
My
Who
man,
did that?
engaged to?
Who did that?
That brother must have been.
It's your girl JQ.
And it's your boy Spoon.
Can we see that hand first before we?
And this is another episode of
The Counted Me Out podcast. Peace out.
Man.